Okay, guys, let's start the class now. Good morning to one and all present here, and every boys and girls. I am Satyaraj from Mechanical Engineering Department. Today, my lecture is about all about solving cube and square roots. It is a very simple problem. Can you hear me? Mm, my speaker is on. You can ask any doubts through voice message and through comments also. You can ask. I can clarify your doubts through that. Now we'll start the session. Square roots and cube roots. Uh, This this is mostly asked in quantitative aptitudes. First is that finding roots in a second. Okay, you have to save time in quants. Okay, so you have to solve every problem in a second. Then you will get more time to solve other problems. For solving roots sum in a second, there are two options only. It is that you must have an exam partner who can tell you answer, or else simply you can put inky pinky ponky. I won't suggest this often. So we have to concentrate on some topics. You have to memorize some tables and some other concepts so that you can solve the sums within a minute, not in a second, but within a minute you can solve this problem. Okay, good. The best way to solve square roots and cube root is to analyze a shortcut step to solve the problem. How shortly we can go through this problem? You have to think. Uh, what is the shortest way to solve this problem? You have to analyze the problem first. For the first 5 seconds, you have to completely see the problem, the question you have to analyze. Next way is to practice often. If you keep on practicing, so that you can remember all the squares. 25 square is 625. Like that, you can always remembering 7 cube is 343. So that when you practice, you will have a touch with the numbers, so that you can solve the problem easily. That simplification part won't be much difficult for you. Okay. Okay. Now, okay, this problem will take at least 20 seconds to solve. Most probably, simple problems will take 20 seconds. If you go with a tough one, it will take around 1 minute or 1.10 seconds. That's all is the maximum time. Otherwise, if you can't solve, please go switch to the next problem. Don't waste time in roots, because roots you have to get an exact answer, so that only you can gain marks. Okay, let's go with some basic concept. Uh, okay, let's go with the basic concept. You already know this root symbol is, this is called as radical sign or root sign, you can tell. Then in between the vex you will put a number. It is the number which denote the root. It is square root or cube root or root to the fourth power, like that. You have to put the number. That number you will tell us root index, and the number which you are going to find root is called as radicand. Okay, and the answer you get is a root. Obviously it is a root. Okay, now you can get that sign is called as a radical sign. And if there is a number in that, you have to check with you have to check that number whether it is cube or square. And the answer is known as solution or root, and which you are going to find, that is called as radicand. Okay, everyone know that what is root. If two number, if you multiply, you will get an answer. For that answer, you have to find which number you have to multiply twice. That is known as root. A number has to be multiplied twice to get the given number. That is a root for the given number. Here we will have a 225. Some number has to be multiplied twice. That is known as root of this number. Similarly, for cube root, a number has to be multiplied thrice. That is the root of that number. For 8, some number has to be multiplied thrice. That is its cube root. Okay. Here 2 is the cube root for 8, and 15 is the square root for 225. This is simple basic concept you have to remember often. A number which has to be multiplied twice or thrice is known as the root for that number. Which number we have to multiply, you have to remember that number. Okay. We'll go step into the problem solving. Okay. For finding square root and cube root, the methods are same. Okay. First you have to see the given number. If you know the square root, you can directly put that number. You can directly tick that option. That is the first step. Guess the root if possible. If you have already been solving the problems, you would have an idea 625, the root will be 25, like that. If you have an idea, directly go and tick that option. Okay. Otherwise, for finding the roots, the methods are prime factorization method and long division method. Today we'll go through these two topics, prime factorization method and long division method. This is some shortcuts I am going to teach you. This will most probably this shortcut can be made can be solved within 15 seconds, fraction of second or 15 seconds. You can solve fraction of a minute. You can solve. But while going through prime factorization or long division method, you have to be little very more fast in solving simplification. You have to be little fast. Then only you can complete the problem within a minute. Can you tell me whether I am going very fast or shall I want to slow down? Usually I will go little fast. If I am going fast, please comment there. I will check that. Okay. Okay. The two methods are prime factorization method and long division method. The same thing you have to apply for cube root also. It is prime factorization for cube root and long division method for cube root. There is another shortcut for cube root also. I will teach both. These three methods we are going to see now. Okay. Okay. These are the formulas. Only two formulas you have to remember. This elementary classes you would have learned this. Root of xy is equal to root x into root y. The root can be separated like this. Okay. If the root is given for a two product, you can separate the product like this. Root x into root y. This is the product rule for roots. Okay. This is uh, quotient rule for roots. Root of x by y is equal to root of x divided by root of y. Okay. This one you have to remember. This part and this part. This is used for only simplification parts. These are used for only simplification. Other than that, there will be no use for this. Okay. When coming to this formula, this one is used when the denominator is an absurd given as root y. When you can't solve root y, that time you have to use this formula. You have to multiply the given fraction with the root x with the denominator itself. Okay. There will be some root x. Okay. If the denominator is something, how to tell, if there is an expression in the denominator or the denominator is absurd, you have to multiply with the denominator twice so that you will get a fraction in which there will be only one root. Here you can notice that top column there will be root. In the bottom, the root will, after squaring roots, the root will be cancelled. So you can solve this problem easily. These formulas are used for only simplification purpose. Other than that, there will be no use in this. Okay. When the you have to keep in mind that when the denominator is absurd or some fraction is there, some expression is there, you have to make use of this formula, the second one, which I have marked here. This one you have to make use of. Okay. These are basic concepts. Okay. Now we'll go with prime factorization method. Mm, okay. Everyone will know that if we have multiples like this, these are the multiples of 4. Switch to the presentation window. Okay. We know for a digit 4, there will be a multiples. Okay. Multiples, or else it is known as factors. Okay. In this prime factorization method, you are going to use only prime numbers. What are the prime numbers? You know, it is 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, so on. In this prime factorization method, first method is prime factorization method. Okay. Next one is long division method. There are two methods for solving square roots and cube roots: prime factorization method and long division method. Usually, prime factorization method are used for perfect square. Okay. Prime factorization is used for perfect square. What is a perfect square? Perfect square is nothing but a digit will have a exact factors, two factors square. Okay, square of factors is a perfect square. The factors, if we square, you will get a digit. This is known as perfect square. If I tell 4 as a factor square, 2 square, okay, it is a perfect square. 4 is to, we will call 4 as perfect square. Likewise, 25. 25 will have 5 square. This 25 is called as perfect square. The number which have a factor square is known as perfect square. Factor means these multiples. These multiples are called factors. Okay, in the name itself, it is given as prime factorization method. Okay, prime means the number will be a prime number. Factor means these multiples. The method we are solving is known as prime factorization method. That's it. Okay, now we'll go on. Prime factorization method is applicable only for perfect squares. Okay. Next, long division method can be used for perfect square, non-perfect square, and also for decimals. Okay. Long division method is the, how to tell, a hand method, old hand method, which can be applicable for all numbers. All number you can find a square root using long division method. But this prime factorization method is very easy when compared to long division method. So we are going to see how to use prime factorization method and long division method. Okay, in the presentation window, there I have given 484. Okay, we have to find the square root for 484. Okay, we have to find. The first step is to that 484. Which prime number is divisible by 482? Obviously, the ending is 2, so we can use 2. 2 is also prime number. You have to divide by 2. 4 is 2, 4, 2. Again, the last number is ending with 2, so again we can divide 1, 2, 1. 121, you will get in 11 table. Okay. Now, these are the prime factors for the given number. Hello?
Hello, Anna.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
484. 484. நீங்க 482 போட்டுக்கிறீங்க.
Okay, we sorry, sir. Okay. Okay, thank you. 484. After dividing by 2, you will get 242. Again by 2, you will get 121. Again by 11, you will get 11. These are the factors for these numbers. Okay. These are the prime factors. 2 cross 2 cross 11 cross 11. For square root, you have to take the single number from a pair. From one pair, you have to take only one number. 2 into 11. Obviously, it is 22. 22 is the square root for the given number. This is a simple way of solving 3-digit, 4-digit, or 5-digit number. These are simple steps. You have to use the divisor as a prime number. You have to use the divisor as a prime number and divide up to till you get 1. After that, you have to group those number into 2. Then you have to find a single number and multiply. You will obviously will get a square root for the given number. This is one of the way for finding the square root. Let's go with a little complicated problem. Now it is a 4-digit number, 1764. It is same like that. After dividing by 2, you will get 8, 8, 2, again 2, 4, 4, 1. If you add it is a 9. The total 4 plus 4 plus 1 is 9. So it will be divided by 3. 3 table it will come. It will comes under 3. It is divisible by 3. So 3. 1 time 4, 7, 147. 8 plus this also will come in 3 table. It is 12. After sum of the numbers is 12, so you can again divide by 3 table. It is 4, 9. Then 49. Obviously, you know 7 table. 7 times 7, 1. These are the factors. You have to take those. You have to take a single digit from a group or pair. So 2 into 3 into 7. 2 3s are 6. 6 7s are 42. Here 42 is the square root of the given number. This is a basic problem, but you won't get like this. They will give 61472 3, around 3 digit they will give, or else they might ask 24 square, around 264 square. What is 264 square? Like that they will ask. So I will teach you a shortcut step to solve these sums. Okay, don't worry. Now we'll go with a little trickier problem. This is a word problem. They have given that the smallest number by which 396 must be multiplied so that the product becomes a perfect square. They have given 396. Okay. Smallest number by which 396 must be multiplied. Some number has to be multiplied with 396. Let us take x. You will get a number. This number will be a perfect square. Okay. They told that some number has to be multiplied with 396. So you will get a number that is a perfect square. You have to find what this number is. Okay. Then this number is a perfect square. This is the thing you have to. This is the thing you have to find. Okay. I'll write a little shorter. 396 into x is equal to y. You have to solve for. You have to find this x. This is the problem solution. Okay. Now let us take 396 and factorize. 396 factorize with 2. One time 9, 8. Again 2 table. 9, 9. You can't take 9 table. Okay. 3. 3 times. 3 times. Again 3. You will get 11. 11. One time. These are the factors for 396. Okay. You can write 396 as 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 11. But this 396 is not a perfect square because you can itself check 2 11. There is no pair for 11. So you have to multiply with 11 this 3. You have to multiply with 11 so that you have to multiply with 11 so that you can make this 396 as a perfect square. See, you will get two all pairs here. There are three pairs. There will be a 2 pair, 3 pair, and 11 pair. Okay, so that this 396 will change to some other y, which will be a perfect square. This is the way of solving this sum. For 396, this is the prime factor. You have to multiply some number. That number is 11 because 11 is only once there in this 396. If there is another 11, this 396 would become a exact perfect square. So we have to multiply 11. This 11 is the x we have to find. Okay. For 396, if you multiply with 11, you will get a perfect square. This is the answer. Okay. You have to tick the option. You have to tick the option 11. I have given in PDF. Here you can see it is clear that in order to get a perfect square, one more 11 is required. For 396, you have to get another 11 so that the 396 become a perfect square. Okay. Okay. Let's go with the cube root. Cube root is also same like square root, but you have to group 3 numbers, not 2 numbers. Previous sum you are grouping with 2 numbers. Now you have to group with 3 numbers. Let us take 3375. Wait a minute. Okay. 3 table, one time, 2, 5. Again, this can be, you can do in 5 table or 3 table also you can do. It will come 3, 7, 5. 3, 7, 5. Okay, correct. This one we can solve with 5 table. 35, 7 times, 25, 5. Again 5 table. One time, 25, 5. Again 3 table. It will be around 5, 5. It is 1. Okay, now you can see that 3 into 3 into, here there is a 3. I will put 3 into 5 into 5 into 5. Okay, you have to group. You have to group this 3 and this 5. From this, you have to take a single digit 3. From this group, you have to take a single digit 5 is equal to 15. Okay. This is the this is the cube root for the given number. Now we are solving the prime factorization method. With prime factorization method, how to find the cube root? Okay, you have to pair with the three numbers and find the cube root. You itself have noticed this is a lengthy process. Okay, it takes around 1 minute or around 1.5 minutes. It will take. We are going to see another shortcut. At last, you will see a shortcut method. With that, you can solve this within a 15 seconds or most probably within 10 seconds. Okay, so wait till the class ends. You can view the presentation. I have given the answer for that. Okay. Now I will teach the long division method. This is the basic concept for prime factorization method. All the sum you can do with the prime factorization like that. Okay. Prime factorization is over. This can be applicable only for perfect square. Okay. Now we are going to see a long division method. This is applicable for every digit, all digits. Okay. This is applicable for all digits, and this is more lengthier process. Okay. If you understand the basic, the shortcut which I am going to teach will be easy for you. So that only I am teaching the basic concept first, and I am going with the shortcut at the last. If I teach you the shortcuts before itself, you can easily memorize. Today you can easily understand, but after some days, when you look, you can't understand that basics. That shortcut. You will forget that shortcut. So only I am teaching the basics first. Now we are going to see how to do long division method. This is also a simple process. There are the steps in the long division method is you have to group the digits into two. Okay. First step is that you have to digit the groups in twos or pairs. Okay. You have to pair the digits. Next one is to choose a divisor. Suitable divisor you have to choose. Next you have to multiply the divisor by 2. Next choose the next divisor. Choose a digit next to the divisor. Choose a digit next to the divisor. These are the 4 processes for long division method. You have to repeat this process till you get a quotient. That's all. First step is that you have to group the digit in twos, then choose a divisor and multiply the divisor by 2. And the last step is you have to find a suitable digit that comes next to the divisor. You have to choose a digit that will come next to the divisor. These are the 4 steps you have to memorize for long division method. Okay, I will go with the long division method. Okay, they have given 1, 6. They have given 1, 6. It is 1, 6, 3, 8, 4. 3, 8, 4. Okay, we are going to find the square root for this number. Okay, the first step is that digit you have to group the digit in pairs. Okay, this is the given digit, you have to group in pairs. The pairing must be from the unit digit. This is the unit digit, the pairing must be from the unit digit. Okay, first pair, second pair. Okay, like this you have to pair. I'll write clearly. 1, 6, 3, 8, 4. This is how we have to pair. Okay, now you have to choose a divisor. The divisor is how you will choose the divisor is the divisor will be a square. If I take 1, I have to put 1 square. 2, it is 4. 3, it is 9. 4, it is 16. Like that. If I choose a divisor here 1, I will put 1. If I choose 2, I will put 4 here. The divisor is such that you have to choose a suitable square for that dividend. Okay, this is the dividend. You have to find use a suitable square. Okay, here if you check, the dividend first digit is 1. 1 lies between this 1 square and 2 square. Okay, 1 square and 2 square. So you have to take the least number. This one I will take first one, so I will put one. Okay, can you understand? If I am choosing a divisor, the divisor must be the square of the given number. The dividend, you will put the square value. Okay, if I choose the divisor 1, you have to put the square value. Here I have 1, you have to choose a divisor which is less than or equal to the square value. If the dividend has a number 2, you have to choose a divisor such that the dividend value will be less than or equal to this 2. It must be less than this one must be less than or equal to the dividend. Like that, you have to choose the divisor. Okay, here the dividend is equal. I took 1, the 1 square is 1, it is equal, so it will come 0. Okay, this is the first step. You have to choose a divisor such that the square will cancel the dividend. Like that, you have to choose the divisor. The second step is that multiply the divisor by 2. This divisor you have to multiply by 2. Okay, I have chosen 1. The quotient will be 1. Okay, you have to place 1. Next, you have to multiply the divisor by 2. 1 into 2 is equal to 2. Okay, so while coming down, the divisor will become as 2. Now, the third step, you have to choose a digit here. Okay, some digit here such that the digit, if you multiply with the same digit, you have to multiply. You have to choose a digit here. With that digit only you have to multiply and write the answer here. Okay. If I am taking 22, after multiplying with 2, you will get it is 44. You have to write the 44 here. Like that. If I am taking 23, you have to multiply with 3. So that 9, 6, 69. If I am taking 24, 8, 48. Like that, sorry, 4, 16, 96. Like that. If you are taking a digit, you have to multiply with the same digit. If I am taking 3, I have to multiply with 3. 4, I have to multiply with 4. Same like that, you have to choose the digit here. Here we have to bring the dividend directly down, 63. The number which is nearer to 63 will be like that. See, 44 and 69. I can write 44 because it is less than 63. But 69 is greater than 63, so I can't write. So I will choose a divisor such that 2. You will get 44. Okay. Now we have to subtract this. It will be 19. 4. Okay, 19. Now, while bringing down this, you have to now you have to bring down the divisor. I told you that while bringing down, you have to multiply by 2. 2. You have to multiply only the digit which you choose before. Okay, this 2 alone you multiply by 2. 2 2s are 4. Okay, now you have to choose a divisor such that the value will be less than this. Okay, can you understand? This part is like you have to multiply this 2 with the number 2 so that it will become 4. You have to choose a divisor, choose a digit for the divisor here. This is the step 4. We have to continue this step till you get a quotient 1. Okay, now it is 24. You have to find x such that you have to multiply with x so that the now answer will be less than or equal to the given dividend value. Okay, I forgot to write the quotient here 2. This 2 I am writing here. Okay, now we will go with this process. 241 into, sorry, 1 2, it is 484. It is much more less than the given dividend. So we will take around 5 minutes, 25, 20, 5 to 10. It is, this is also much less. So we will take 248 into 8, because you can check that 8 eights are 4. So there might be 4 also here. So you can choose 8 also. 8 eights are 4, 6. 8 4s are 32. 8, 16 plus 3, 19. Okay, I got the same dividend value. I'll put the value as 8. So I'll write here 8. This is the square root for the given digit. Okay, 128 is the square root for the 16384. Can you understand? This is the answer. You have to tick this option 128. Now you have noticed this is a lengthy process. It will take around 3 minutes or 4 minutes if you keep on solving. Okay. Now you go through this problem in the presentation itself. Here they have given 0.4225. Okay. Wait, I'll tell you another root. 0.4225. Is it right? Okay. For grouping this, I told the first step is to pair the given digit. While pairing, I told you have to come from the unit digits side. But here there is a decimal point. Okay. So from here, this is the unit digit. So if there is a number here, 16674, after the unit digit means you have to pair like this. Okay. Like this you have to go. Before the decimal point, you have to go this way. Like this you have to pair. If there is 0.422567, if there is a decimal point here, you have to pair in this way, leftwards. But from the decimal point only, you have to pair leftwards or rightwards. Okay, if there is 672, for this you will pair from like this. Okay, from the decimal point, you have to pair here this way. In this side, you have to pair like this. You may ask one question. You will have one doubt. If there is a decimal point and there is 65372 something I have. If I am pairing this way, there will be a number remaining single. Okay, you will have a number single digit. In such cases, you can put 0. You have a right to put 0. Okay, like this you can put. If there is a number 3571, okay, 7. Here you will pair like this. This is the way you will pair. Okay, this one right left hand side only there should be a single digit. There should be no digit separate in the right hand side. Okay, here only there should be a single digit. Here and all you must have a pair. Okay, this is the way of pairing the number. In this sum they have paired like that, leaving 0 as a single digit, and 42 and 25 they have paired. Okay, now similarly 42 will comes under the square of 6 square 36. So you can subtract, you will get a 6. You have to multiply this 6 by 2 and bring down this. 6 2s are 12, so it will come 12. You have to choose a digit such that after multiplying with the same number, you will get a digit, you will get a number which is equal to or less than the dividend value. It is 5. 125 into 5 is 625. Okay, they have solved this problem. This is the way of solving. Here the answer is 0.65. If there is a point, you start with a point in the quotient. Okay. Okay. Now we'll go with a little tougher problem. Find the square root of 3 up to 3 decimal point. They want the square root value for 3. If you have memorized, you will tell that 1.732 directly. This is the square root value for 732. This is the way. This is the thing I told before itself. If you practice many sums, you will know this 1732 value and all before itself. If they ask this, find the square root of 3 without thinking, you can take this option. Okay. Okay, I will teach you how to solve, how to get this 1732 value, 1.732 value. Okay. 3. For this, we have to find the square root. Okay. Up to 3 decimal point, they have told up to 3 decimal point. So you have to keep point. For each decimal point, you have to write pairs of 0. Okay. There are 3 decimal point, 3 decimal values. So 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair. Okay. How many decimal values you need? So many pairs you have, pairs of 0 you have to put. If they ask 4, you have to put another one pair like that. Okay, you have to keep a decimal point and you have to put a pair of zeros to get a decimal values up to the given decimal value. You have for getting up given decimal values, number of decimal values. Okay, same. One, it will be two. I'll bring down this zero. After multiplying, it will become two. Okay, two. I have to put a number such that multiplying it will come. We know already the answer 749. 7 2 are 14. 154. It is sorry. 7 sevens are 9. 49. 7 2 are 14. 14 plus 1 18. You will get 11 reminder. I'll bring this 0 2 zeros. Now you have to multiply this with 2. So you will get with 2 means you will get 14. How you will write here? Here you will have a doubt. In this case, you have to write 2 plus 1 4. It will be 34. Okay. If you get a number extra while multiplying, you have to add this number with this 2. Okay. If there is 3, you have to add this 3 with 2. Like that you have to add. It is sorry. Now you will put 34 in the divisor. Now again you have to choose the device digit such that multiplying you will get a value less than or equal to this. Okay. It is 3. 3 is a 9. 10. 1029. It is 71. Again you have to multiply the last digit with 2. Then 3 4. 3 4 9. It will become 3 4. 3 into 2. Sorry. 3 4 6. You will get 3 4 6. You have to choose a number. It is obviously 2 because 7,100. Here you have 3,000 something around 3,500. If you multiply with 2, it will come around 7,000. I am multiplying like that. So 2. If you multiply with 2, 6, 4, 2, 6, 9. It keeps on going. Okay. These are the values I have found. 1, 2, 1.73. Here I choose 2. Okay. I got the 3 decimal values for the number 3. The square root of this number is 1.732 with 3 decimal values. In such a way, you have to solve this sum. Okay. This is the way for solving the given problem. Okay. Okay, that's all. Now you would have understood all basics. If you have any doubt, you can clarify. I'll give a room for 5 minutes. Then I'll go with the shortcut.
ப்ரோ ஹலோ ப்ரோ ஹலோ ப்ரோ நீ ஷார்ட்கட் நடத்துல இருந்து மைக் ஆன் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன் ப்ரோ. ஆடியோ வரவே இல்லை. ஹலோ.
Okay, sorry.
தேங்க்யூ ப்ரோ.
Okay. Before that, could you able to hear? Before that.
அதுக்கு முன்னாடி கேட்டேன் ப்ரோ. நீ ஷார்ட்கட்ஸ் நடத்துறது அப்போ தான் ப்ரோ கேட்கல.
Okay, I will repeat
ஃபர்ஸ்ட்ல
again the
இருந்து.
shortcut. Okay,
தேங்க்யூ ப்ரோ.
sorry. Okay, for shortcuts, you have to memorize this table. Okay. I have given the square tables. For 1 square, it is 1, 2 square, 4, 3 square, 9. Up to 25, you would have been familiar before. Others, you would have not been familiar. 26, after 26 to 30, you would have not been familiar. So memorize that part thoroughly. Okay. Up to 30 square, you have to memorize somehow. You would know that 15 square is 225. That 25 square, 625, you would have been familiar with those things. But the 26 square, 27 square, 28 square, that numbers you would have not been familiar. So memorize this square root table. Okay. Next, you have to how to memorize that unit digit. I will teach you. Let us take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81. Okay. Here you can notice that the unit digit for 1 square and 9 square is same. So 1 and 9 will have a ending 1. Will have a unit digit as 1. Okay. For 2 and 8, you will have a unit digit as 4. 2 and 8, you will have unit digit as 4. Next, 3 and 7. 3 and 7, you will have unit digit as 9. Okay. Next, 4 and 6, you will have a unit digit as 6. Here, you will have 5. 5 for 5, 5. Okay. You have to memorize these two tables alone. Okay. Now, I will teach you. I'll give a 2 minutes time. You memorize this unit digit table thoroughly and try to remember that square table also. If you remember that square table, it will be little easier. If you remember up to 30, you can solve all 6-digit number. This method is applicable to 1 to 6 digits. Okay. It can be a number 19276 4. Okay. If the number is like this, up to this number, you can find the square roots within 15 seconds. Okay. Within 15 seconds, you can find the square root for the given number. Don't need to do prime factorization or long division method. You don't need to do that. With this shortcut method, you can do easily. Okay. Shall we go with the shortcut procedure? You keep that presentation window slide by the side and view the board. Okay. Keep on switching so that you can easily understand. Okay. I will take a first problem. Let us take a 4-digit number first. Okay. 4-digit number 4356. Before that, I will teach you the procedure for finding using this shortcut. Okay. The procedure for this is, first procedure is to check the unit digit. Okay. Check unit digit. First step is to check the unit digit. You have to check the unit digit. This is the unit digit 6. Okay. Second step is to omit last 2 digit. You have to omit this last 2 digit. You have to omit. Okay. Third step is check remaining digit with the square table. Okay, these are the 3 steps you are going to do. Okay, first step is easy, check the unit digit. Second step is to omit the last 2 digits, you have to omit. Next you have to check this 43 in the square table. Okay, these are the 2 things you have to do. I will explain these steps little um, brief in the problem. Okay, I will explain how to use these steps in the problem. Okay, remember those digits: 4356. Okay, given that the unit digit is 6, I will before that I will tell that all 4, 5, 6 digit number will have a square root of 2 digit. If this is a 4356 is a number, its square root will be in a 2 digit number. Okay, all 4 digit number, 5 digit number, 6 digit number will have their roots in 2 digit only. This is the first thing you have to remember. So for this sum 4356, their root will be in a 2 digit. Okay, these 2 digits are their roots. I'll write like this. Okay, we have to find these 2 digits. What are these two? What is the root we have to find? That is these 2 digits we have to find. Okay, first step is to check the unit digit. They have given that unit digit is 6. In the unit digit table, I have shown that 6 comes under 4 and 6. Correct? If the question ends with 6, the answer digit will be in 4 or 6. Okay. In the unit digit table, I have mentioned 4 or 6. You have to remember this. So in this part, there can be 6 or 4. Any number can come here. Okay. This is the first rule. Check the unit digit, and the second digit may be 6 or 4. This is the first part. Okay. Next part is omit the last 2 digits. This digit you have to omit and check the remaining digit with the square table. We have 43. 43 comes between which values? Can you guess? It comes between 6 square and 7 square. Is it right? 6 square is equal to 36. 7 square is equal to 49. It will come between this. This 43 will come between this. Okay. You, without checking anything, you have to take the least value. It will come between 7 square and 6 square. There is no need of checking anything. Take this least value. 6 and 7, which is least 6. Directly put 6. Okay. We have find the one digit of the two numbers we have found. It is 6. Okay. We have to find this one, whether it is 6 or 4. This one we have to find. I will teach you how to find 6 or 4. We have 43. Okay. Multiply this 6 and 7. You have put 6. No. You have to multiply with the successive number. Successive means next number. 6 next number is 7. It will be 42. Right. You have to multiply 6 and 7. It will be 42. You have to compare this 42 with this 43. Okay. Now you can see 43 is greater than 42. So you have a greater symbol. Put 6. That's it. If there is a greater sign, you take a greater number with this. 6 or 4. 6 is a greater number. Take 6. If you have any doubt, please comment. I will teach once again. First step is to check the unit digit and write the corresponding answer digit here. 6 or 4. There will be 2 values for this. Second step is to omit these 2 numbers and go through the table with the remaining digits. Go through the table with the remaining digits. This remaining 43 will come between 6 square and 7 square. Okay. You have to take the least value. You have to, if it is between 6 square and 7 square, you have to take the least value 6. If it is between 7 square and 8 square, you have to take the least value 7. Similarly, 9 square, 10 square means you have to take 9. Okay, you have to take the least value and place it here. Okay, 6. It is 6. For finding whether it is 6 or 4, you have to compare this. Okay, 6 into successive number. This number into that is the product with the successive number. 6 into 7 equal to 42. you have to compare this 43 with this successive product. 43 you have to compare with 42. You will get, obviously you will get a 43 is greater than 42. So take a greater number. Take greater number and write. So the square root of 4356 is equal to 66. This is the way to solve this square root problem. Okay, this is for square root. I'm telling everything for now. This shortcut is for square root. Don't think for cube root. Okay. Mm, I will go with some other problem so that you might understand easily. 6724 6451 615 625 11881. Sorry. Okay. Here you can see this is a 4-digit number. It is a 6-digit number. It is a 6-digit number. Here it is a 5-digit number. Okay. How to solve? First, I will teach you. First step is to that check the unit digit. 4. 4 means it will be a 8. Sorry, 2 or 8. Here it is 6. It can be 4 or 6. Here it is 5. Obviously it is 5. Here it is 1. It can be 1 or 9. Okay. This is the first step. Next, you have to omit the last two digit. Omit. I'm omitting all the last two digit. Here, this 67 will come between where it will come between square table. Can you guess? Between 8 square and 9 square. 8 square is 64, 9 square is 81. Between that it will come. So the first digit will be 8. Okay. Next 8 into 9 is 72. 72. Here 67 is less than 72. Less than 72. I'll write like this. 72. It is, sorry, less than 72. Take the lesser value. Okay. See how fast I have solved this problem. I'll go this with little faster. Here 645. Okay. 645 will come between 25 and 26 square, because 25 square is 625, 26 square is 676. Okay. So this digit will be 25, and I have to choose this digit whether 6 or 4. Okay. 25 into 26, 10 25s are 250, so that 250 250 plus 625 is 150. Okay. It is around 650. I will compare 645 with 650. It is lesser. So I will take the lesser value. 650 is great. 645 is lesser than 650. So I will take a lesser value, this one. Next, I am going to compare this 25. Last value, because only one value. So I will write the last value as 5. 156 will come between 12 and 13. 12 square is 144. 13 square is 169. This 156 will come between 12 square and 13 square. I will take the least equal. That's it. Here, same like this. 118 will come between 10 square and 11 square. 10 square is 100. 11 square is 121. Between this it will come. So I will put 10 here. This value I have to choose. 10 into 11, it is 110. Here 118 is greater than 1110. So I will take a greater value, 9. Okay. Video is there. Whether now it is okay. Wait a minute, I will check. Okay, I'll try to repeat again. This sum I'll try to repeat. Where's the tester? Okay. Six, 7, 2, 4, 6, 4, 5, 1, 6, 1, 5, 6, 2, 5, 1, 1, 8, 8, 1. Okay, I'll repeat again. First step is to check the unit digit. It will be 2 or 8. Okay. Okay, omit the last two digit and go through the table. Second and third step. 67 will come between 8 table, 8 square and 9 square, because 8 square is 64, 8 square is 64, 9 square is 81. Between this it will come. Take the smallest number 8. Okay. Now I have to check whether 2 or 8. How we will check? 6, 8 into 9. This 8 into the successive number. 8 into 9 is equal to 72. 67 compared to 72. It is lesser. So take the lesser value. Okay. Within 15 seconds I have solved. How short this sum you can think of. You can think how shortly we can solve this sum. Next, similarly this 6 and 4. Last two digit 624, 645 will come between 25 square is 625, 26 square is 626, sorry, 676. Between this it will come. So I'll write the shortest number 25. Whether I have to choose 6 or 4, how I will choose? 25 into 26 is 650. Okay. Previously I have solved. 645 I will compare with 650, which is lesser. So I will choose the lesser number. It is here, it is lesser, so I will choose the lesser number here. Similarly, this one, it is a simple problem. Last digit is 5. So for 5, corresponding digit is 5. I have to omit the last two digit, and 156 comes between 12 square and 13 square. Simply I will write 12. Okay. Similarly, this one, 1 or 9. I will omit last two digit. This will come between 10 square and 11 square. 10 square is 100, 11 square is 121. Between this it will come. So I will write 10. I have to check whether it is this one or this one. I have to check whether this one or this one. So 10 into 11 is 110. I will compare 118 with 110. It is greater number, so I will choose the greater number. When we compare 1 and 9, 9 is greater, so 9. Okay, within 1 minute I could solve 4 problems. So it will take mostly 20 seconds to solve this sum, single sum. They will ask a single sum. You can solve within 20 seconds. I hope everyone understood. Is there any doubt? I check on. Shall we go with the few more sums, so that it will be easy for you? Everyone will have doubt in this sum. 1296. Can you tell the answer in comment box? 1296. What will be the root? Square root. Square root of 1296. I'll give you 1 minute time. You can comment. How will you solve for 1296? Yeah, right. Yes, right. Hemadi is correct. Fadil, Subhashri, Kritika, Nandita. Okay, correct. I will explain for this. 1296. 6 will come for 4 and 6. Okay. The two digit are here, it can be 6 or 4. I will omit the last two digit 12. Okay. 12 will come under 3 square and 4 square. Between this it will come 9 and 16 it will come. So obviously I'll write the least number 3. 3 into 4 is equal to 12. Now if you compare this 12 with this is the 12 I got from here. This is the 12 I got from successive product. Okay. Here you will get a equal sign. How will you choose 6 or 4? This is the doubt which you will have. Okay. If it is equal or greater, you have to choose the greater number. Okay. Greater or equal to this number means you have to choose the greater number. If the successive product and the number in the question, okay, while comparing the question and the successive product, if you get an equal, you have to choose the greater number. This step you have to memorize. Okay. If it is equal or greater, you have to choose the greater number. This one thing you have to remember. That's it. This is the shortest way of solving all square root problem. No need of long division or prime factorization method. Within a fraction of seconds, fraction of a minute, sorry, within 15 seconds, you can solve this problem and you can tell your friends. Okay, I will 302557769604148884. Can you solve within a minute and post the answers? I'll give a time for 1 minute. You can go through the slide for the values and you have to solve. Somehow try to memorize that square table. Yeah, right, 55. Okay. What is for next one? 576. Sorry, 5776. Yeah, right, Srimati, right. Okay, next one, 9604. Yeah, absolutely right. I hope you are not using calculator. Okay, last 6-digit number. Can you solve? Sorry, last 5-digit number. What is the answer for that 5-digit number? Yeah, right. Okay. I hope everyone understood. We'll go for this is the square root. Now we have seen for square root how to solve square root. Okay. Now we'll go for cube root. Up to now we have seen for square root, the shortcut for square root. Now we'll go for cube root. Okay. Square root is over. Now we are going for cube root. These are the answers for the previous problems. You can check once. Okay. For cube root, it is simple. There is no need for memorizing two tables. It is a single table. You have to memorize that single table. That too up to 10. If you memorize, it is enough. All six-digit numbers you can solve easily. Okay, not six-digit, up to seven-digit you can solve. Not all seven-digit you can solve. Up to seven-digit number you can solve. Some seven-digit number, up to some seven-digit number you can solve. All four-digit, five, six, some seven-digit numbers. Okay, some, not all. Okay, you will keep this as an exception. Up to 4, 5, 6 digit you can solve. For this, if you memorize up to 10, if you memorize up to 15, you can solve all seven-digit number. I will give assurance. If you memorize up to 15 cube, you can solve up to seven-digit. Most probably they will ask up to six-digit only. They won't ask seven-digit and all. So I will teach for, okay, Rogini Venkatachalabadi, teach for six-digit and all. Wait a minute. After solving cube root, I will go with that. Okay. Okay. For all six-digit numbers, we are going to see how to find cube roots. We have to memorize this table. I will teach you how to memorize this table easily. You have to remember all the cube values and the digit values, unit digit values. Okay. Cube values somehow you have to try to memorize. Okay. For unit digit, I will teach you the simple step how to memorize unit digit values. It is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I will teach you how to memorize this unit digit alone. Cube values you have to somehow you have to memorize. Okay. Here for unit digit 2 and 8, 3 and 7. This alone exception, other values are same. 1, 4, 5, 6, 9. Okay. Here for 2 you will write 8. For 8 you will write 2. Okay. For 3 you will write, sorry, for 3 you will write 7. For 7 you will write 3. That's it. This is how you should memorize for this. Okay. This is the shortest way of memorizing this unit digit values. Or else, if you memorize the cube values, you can write these unit values. Okay. If you know the cube value for 7 is 343, you can write the value here. Similarly, like that for here 27 means this 7 you can write. If you memorize the cube value, you can easily write the unit digit value. This is the way of memorizing this cube root table. Okay, cube table. Okay, I will go with the sum. Wait a minute. ஐநா முடிய போதா என்ன முடிய போதா Okay, I will start again. 970,299. We'll go with this sum. Okay. The procedure for cube root also same. Check unit digit here, omit last 3 digit. Okay. In square root, you have seen that 2 digit. Here you have to omit last 3 digit. Next step is similar. Go through the cube table. Okay, that's it. In cube root it is little easier because there will be no option for checking for unit digit. In square you will have two values 2 comma 4 3 6 comma 8 like that you have two values, but here each unit digit have a unit answer, so there is a no problem for checking. Okay, there is no problem of checking. First there is you have to check the unit digit. It is 9. What is the corresponding value for 9? I think the screen is not clear. I'll check once. Is the screen clear? Can you see the screen? Okay, I will go. Okay, I will start now. Okay, first check the unit digit. Okay, it is 9. In the table, I have told that 1, 4, 5, 6, and 9 will have the same answer digit. So if it is 9, blindly you put 9. That's it. Omit last 3 digit, you have to omit. This 970 will come in the table between 9 cube and 10 cube. 9 cube is 729, 10 cube is 1000. Between this it will come. Choose the lesser value 9. That's it. This is the way of solving cube root sums. Okay. This is much simpler than the square root sum because square root will have two choices for the this area, this second digit value. But here you won't have a choice. So if you find a number like that, you put the number here. If it is 9, put 9, 1, 1. But for 3, you have to put 7. For 2, you have to put 8. Inverted. Only for that 4 numbers you have to change. 2, 8, 3, 7. Okay. If it is come 2, you put 8. If it come 8, you have to put 2. 3 means 7, 7 means 3. Inverted. Other all numbers, you have to put directly that number here for the second digit. For the first digit, you have to go through the table and check. Can you understand? It is much simpler than the square root sum. Shall we go a little faster with some other sums? Marker. Hey, marker. Wait a minute. Two 7 4 6 2 5 1 8 5 1 9 3 2 6 2 1 4 4 7 4 0 8 8 9 4 1 1 9 2 2 8 7 4 9 6 4 2 8 7 5 3 7 5 7 9 1 1 5 7 1 7 8 7. Okay. Is it visible? Okay. These are the questions you can solve. You can check how fastly we can solve. If it is 5, I told you to put 5. Only last 2 digit. You have to go through the table. 274 will comes between 6 and 7. Directly put 6. Okay. It is like that you have to solve. Again here 3 means inverted value 7. 185 will come between 6 and 7. Sorry, 5 and 6 because 5 is okay. 5 and 6. So put the least value 5. Similarly, hello, is there any doubt? Okay, I'll keep on going. If it is 4, put 4. Omit 3 values. 262 will come between 6 and 7. Same like that. 6. Here 8 means I told to put 2. 74 will come between 4 and 5. So least value 4. 2 means 8. 9, sorry. 941 will come between 9 square and 10 square. So minimum value 9. Can you solve remaining 4 and post the answer in comment box? Solve the remaining 4 for 287496. What will be the answer? Tell me first. Within 10 seconds you can tell. Yeah, right. Roy Venkatachalabedi, right. Okay, next go with 42875. Within 10 seconds you can tell 42875. Yeah, absolutely right. Nandita. Can you go with last one? Sorry, 357911. 357911. Yeah, right, correct. Srimadi. Next, 571787. Okay, correct. I hope everyone understood the shortcut for cube root and square root. This is one side of the cube root and square root sums. Okay, there is another part. They will ask you to simplify. This will come under number system only, but it will come. I will teach you one another trick, some more tricks. Okay, if it is 25 square, if you have 25 square, you can't tell them if you know the what is the value for this. I will teach you shortcut how to find the product. Okay, 24 squares for all numbers, square for all numbers ending with 5. Okay, this is a product rule you can use for all numbers ending with 5. If it is 24 square or 35 square or 15275 square, like this, if the number is ending with square, you have to use this trick. Okay, I'll teach how I will find the answer. 24 square, omit this 5, take the remaining number 2. The successive number of 2 is 3. Okay, 3 into 2 is equal to 6. Write 6, blindly write 25. That's it. Okay, how we will write for this 5 after the number 5, which is 2. What is the successive number of 2? It is 3. Multiply this. Okay, 2 into 3 is equal to 6. Write 25. That's it. This is the shortest way of finding squares. Okay, for simplification also. If it is a 45 square, Don't go for multiplying with 45 into 45. Blindly multiply with 5. 5 5 are 20. Write 25. 20 into 25, it will come 25. Do you understand how it is? If it is a 10, 105 square into 11, this 10 successive number is 11. 110 25. That's it. Simply you can write. This is a shortcut trick to remember the squares. Okay, this one you can use for simplification purpose. And another trick I'm going to teach. They will write a number 3, okay, in the middle, 2 1 2 1. If it is a number like this, they will ask to find the square root for this number. If there is a number and the right hand side will be like a reducing number and the left hand side also will be like a reducing number. If it is a 3 2 1, here 2 1. So you take this 3 as, if there is 3 means you put 3 1. 3 1 square is equal to 1 2 3 2 1. Okay, like this way you have to remember. If there is 4 3 2 1 3 2 1, in the middle it is 4, so put 4 1. The value for this is this. Okay, this is another trick. These all you can use for simplification. This is the thing I told first. Analyze the shortest way to solve the problem. Okay, this is the shortest way to solve some simplification problem. Let's go with the one simplification problem. This will come under number system only, but I will teach you this one also. Let us take a sum. Square root of 9.5 into 85 into 18.9.17. These are points into 1.9 into 0.021. Okay, this is a 10-second problem. Sorry, it will take around 30-second problem. Can you solve? If you can't solve, tell me, I'll do. If they give simplification problem with square root, you have to do within 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Within that seconds you have to do. Sorry, it is wrong, Kirti. Kirti. Yeah. Okay, I'll solve this sum. First, they have given all the numbers in decimal numbers. Okay. After seeing this, if there is a if the question is in whole number, you would have not clear. Wait, I'll check. Okay, now the screen is clear. Yeah, tell me. Okay. I'll teach this sum. If the given question is in whole number, you can solve easily. Okay. So for making this as a whole number, you have to multiply with the tens. Okay. With tens, you have to multiply. So first you will check in this numerator alone. To make this 9.5 into a whole number, you have to multiply 10. Here you have to multiply 1, 2, 3, 4. Into 10 to the power 4, you have to multiply here. Here you have to multiply with 10. Okay. So that check the tens, how many tens you have to multiply to make the numerator into a whole number. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have to multiply with 10 to the power 6 to make this numerator alone to a whole number. Okay. Now check this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have to multiply with 10 to the power 8 to make this denominator into a whole number. Can you understand? Not clear. The screen is not clear, or what I'm teaching is not clear. I can't understand. Okay. To make this numerator, you have to multiply with 10 to the power 6. To make this denominator into a whole number, you have to multiply with 10 to the power 8. Okay. You have to choose the greater number 10 to the power 8 alone. Okay. Here you multiply with 10 to the power 8. Here also you multiply with 10 to the power 8. Then you will get what you will get. 95 into, wait, I'll write denominator. 17 into 19 into 21. Okay. Here 95 into 85 into 89 into 10 to the power 2. How this 2 came? Can anyone tell? Because we need only 10 to the power 6, but I have multiplied 10 to the power 8. First, this in this 10 to the power 6 will go for making this as a whole number, and the remaining 10 to the power 2 I have written here. Now, can you understand how this 10 to the power 2 came? Screen problem. Now, whether the screen is clear? No? Okay. I have written 10 to the power 2 here. Now, simple simplification. 1 times 17, 5 times. 1 times 19, 5 times 95. 21, this one. With 3 table itself, you can cancel. 21, 7 times 6, 3. 1 time, 9 time. Finally, you will get 5 into 5 into 9 into 10 square. You can write this one. Here you can write as 3 into 3. You can remove this all. 5 into 3. This square and this square will get cancelled. So 10 is equal to 150. Okay. This is the first way I told no. While checking the problem, you have to analyze the problem and find a suitable shortcut. Then second step is practice. Keep on practicing makes you to solve the sums easily. That's it. Other problems are based on simplification. You have to be thorough in number system, and you have to mostly use BODMAS rule. Often use BODMAS rule. Then, sorry, BODMAS rule. Then you will get a answer correctly. I will tell one example. They will keep keep giving like this. Okay, the root will be going in a recursive way. That time you have to solve first this, next this, next this, next this, and finally this. This is a way you have to consider the square root as a bracket. Like a bracket, you have to consider the square root. In BODMAS rule, how you will solve? Inner bracket only will solve first, then only you will go with the outer bracket. Similarly, you have to solve this, then only will come to this. Okay. These are the some types of question they might ask in square roots. That's it. These are the topics I have to cover. If you have any doubt, you can ask.